What's going on, Pisces? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a phenomenal week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just incredible, Pisces, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you, for the little extra there, Pisces, and for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. Yeah, I've been digging that. That was a little over the top there. I don't know why I'm doing a little extra for you, Pisces. But with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the shenanigans with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Pisces. So I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some other links for some other readers that are like watching Pisces, so definitely check them out. Very intuitive group, very cool, so I think you'll like their energies as well. But let's get to your first card here, which is is actually an Aries. So you got the 7th card of Aries here, which is the kerosene card. It's about to heat up here, Pisces. And with this card, this is kind of aggressive. Accelerate, ignite, determined, fuel, encourage, sustain, powerful, stimulate, volatile situation, provoke, watch out, unpredictable, combustible, propel, and hot. Yeah. So the energies that are coming through here, Pisces, are the, which is interesting, which is the aggressive and the provoke here, Pisces. So I don't know if we've been in situations here where maybe we've been feeling kind of tested. Maybe there's been some stuff going at maybe a lot of weird things going on at work that are kind of pushing our buttons, or maybe stuff with if you own a business, or maybe this could just be like, I don't know, maybe we've just been dealing with this like, I'm not sure, Pisces, if it's like an energy of just like, maybe this could even be some too, like if we've been feeling this like, maybe even you've been feeling kind of aggressive, Pisces, or just like been kind of looking to kind of poke the bear, like, and it could maybe start off as like an innocent debate, but then it just kind of, we get a little bit more, just kind of really poke the bear, and then, it's very interesting. But I feel if we have been feeling this energy, Pisces, and especially if this feels really kind of out of character, yours is a sign that is very psychic. You feel, Cancer, my sun signs in Cancer, and we feel the emotions of others, but you can feel on a on a large scale, to really be able to connect with the soul tribe, and that to have that kind of like Jupiter Neptunian type of connection with others. So I feel that, if we've been, all that to say is that yours is a sign that I feel does, even if we're like the extroverted type, taking some time to just kind of be with yourself and just kind of assess where your energies are at, what we've kind of picked up on from out maybe just being in our environment, just day-to-day stuff, and just if we've just been feeling, I don't know, this out of hand, or this could even be too if we are noticing that other energies are like, that something's, I don't know, people been kind of provoking you, or like, I'm not sure if this is something that's surrounding you, Pisces. It's, if this, I don't know, like, if this, because this doesn't feel like even like friend, because it could be maybe more kind of like family energy, maybe, because this could maybe be a friend, Pisces, or maybe it could be like a work thing. It's just like someone, it feels like that maybe somewhere we're putting up with a certain behavior, just kind of writing it off as just like, oh, that's just typical them, they tend to be, they're just naturally aggressive and all this stuff, and where aggression does have its place. I feel like if you're in that kind of like, that, because that's getting into like kind of emperor energy, but it feels like unbalanced kind of emperor energy. When you're in that all the time, that is a lot to deal with, and it's very kind of volatile, and like it's one where it can just let's get some more on this Pisces, and let's get some tarot on this. Oh wow, there's some Aries energy, Queen of Wands all day. Interesting, Pisces. Let's see what else we get. Thank you. All right, Pisces. So you have the Queen of Wands, the King of Swords, and then the Three of Cups here, Pisces. Because with this energy here, Pisces, it feels like that maybe for some, it's just like, because maybe, because if this is not like a feeling like, because this kind of changes the vibe a little bit. If this doesn't feel like that, this is like someone's being aggressive around you, which we will talk about in a second. But the energy that's more so kind of coming out here is this energy of, it gives me more sort of like, maybe even like for some there's a need to be like aggressive, maybe like in like a setting, possibly, maybe there's been, I'm just getting like, it's like, let's say for example, if we've been kind of cooped up here as of late, and or maybe we've been kind of looking to talk to like go out on a date, or maybe have a dance with someone, maybe you're sitting in standing there in the corner there, Pisces, and your King of Swords thinking too much, and then you just have to see Queen of Wands just on the dance floor, and you just want to go say hey to her. I feel like that. And where Venus is in retrograde right now, that doesn't mean that you can't find love here, Pisces, but if things do kind of slow down a little bit, but I do feel that it is, just being that maybe for some it's maybe tapping into that aggression, and maybe this could be where, I kind of like the way this is kind of taking a turn here, Pisces, because maybe even for some this could be where we're trying to even like provoke ourselves, kind of like, oh, come on, you can do it. Like, come on, Pisces, like, go say. And this doesn't even have to be just in love. This could be maybe we're trying to go for a promotion, or maybe we're even trying to start like a new business, or even just go out and make some friends, something along those lines, Pisces. This could be just, yeah, we're trying to just like get into that kind of Queen of Wands, just sort of just like daring kind of passion, just sort of like go for the moment and really kind of just be present. And, King of Swords, this is Gemini energy. And I feel like both Gemini and Aries energy are very kind of young energy. Aries being like the first sign of the zodiac, Gemini dealing with that like that kind of early childhood learning. This gives me very kind of fun, kind of playful. Just kids didn't really care about what we thought. I remember I was pretty gregarious as a kid. I mean, that hasn't really changed much, but it's. I feel like too, Pisces, that this healthy level of aggression, that way I feel like we may be wanting to apply here. I really feel like it can be like a nice little ego boost here to just kind of show you. I was actually talking with a Gemini about this the other day. They were telling me that, they wanted to, kind of be more confident, and, wanted to put themselves out there more. And I was just like, I don't know you from Adam, so you're doing a great job. And I feel like it's like even to Pisces, even like making sure to celebrate when we do take those steps, and recognize when we are doing it. Because I was just like, homie, you're doing a great job so far, so I don't know what you're nervous about. Just like feel the energies out. In Pisces, you again being as intuitive you are in things, you could absolutely, this is like a social type of thing, absolutely, Pisces. Well, let's see what else we got here. A lot of socializing energy I'm noticing here, Pisces. At least for some of the signs here. Oh, interesting. Oh, maybe not. Hold on, Pisces. Let's see what else we got here, Pisces. You got the Eight of Wands and the Ace of, excuse me. Well, you do have the Eight of Wands, but you have the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Wands in reverse here, and then you have the World upright. And so, Pisces, I feel that, and if this is more so just whatever it is that you want to accomplish, if this is again making friends, going for a business, changing jobs, going for a promotion, I feel that in order to get that sense of completion and things, get that fulfillment and get a lot of wisdom from this Pisces. It's another thing. It's one thing to want things, Pisces. It's just we got to put the action in on top of that. We got to put in. It's like once we got it in our head and our heart that we want to do this stuff, then the fire kicks in. Then that Queen of Wands energy is like we got to go out there and then ground that energy. But it's going to be something too that maybe for some this could be a thing where it may take a little time to build that confidence. Kind of start small. Maybe go out with take your if you're trying to get in your Queen of Wands energy, take a King of Swords with you as your wingman. Just kind of go along there like, we got this. He's smart. He's clever. Thinks on his toes. He can hang with your Pisces. But, however we do, or whatever we need to do to get this energy moving. Because as soon as we do, I feel like the Eight of Wands being in reverse, it's like the energy, it's like the universe here is kind of matching your Pisces. And I kind of like that, where it's like, if you put in, here's the opportunity. If you want to put it in, that will get things moving. But the second you stop putting it in, you stop putting fuel in your vehicle there, well, then you got nowhere to go, Pisces. So, I like that. Nice little start there, Pisces. Let's get another oracle in the mix. Thank you. Oh, look at you, Pisces. It's one of your cards. Got the 7th card of Pisces, which is the baggage card. And with this card, this is a card of excess, unresolved issues, held together, preparedness, pack rat, fearing separation, heavy burdens, responsibility, necessities, prepared to go, next phase, and long journey. Interesting, Pisces. So the energy that's coming through here is the pack rat. And so for some, if we're in this energy, because I feel too, Pisces, that's something too that can slow down energy. When we just accumulate a lot of things, and I don't mean even just like physical things, but let's start there. If we do have a lot of stuff, where it's just like that if you've been in the garage and you got those projects that you haven't touched in like maybe 50, however length of time, Pisces, and if it doesn't feel like that, the energy is there for that, because it might have been something, maybe it was a passion project, in the moment you were feeling your Queen of Wands energy with King of Swords. Thought it was a great idea, we were celebrating, and then when we actually got there, it's just like, oh, I'm not quite feeling this. And then I feel like it's time to maybe do some kind of physical declutter, do like sure, we're in the summertime, but we could do a summer cleaning, I feel like it's nice to kind of tidy up the space every quarter or so. Maybe a little more often than that, but you know what I mean, Pisces, doing like some bigger, maybe type of moves, just if we've just been kind of storing up stuff, and this could be too, maybe we're thinking about we can donate some clothes or whatever that's looking like. But I also kind of feel with this energy that, again, just being a water sign, and being as perceptive to the energies as you are, we want to be mindful of even like the emotional and kind of even the spiritual clutter. I feel that you can pick up, Pisces, and how that stuff can be kind of bottled in, and how that could even slow your energy down and keep you kind of caught in a cycle, keep you from where, there's, because that's exhausting, not having that, keeping that stuff all bottled up and not getting that energy moving. And that could be maybe if we have been, this could be, maybe just getting out in the world there, Pisces, in the sense of just like getting out in nature, just getting outside, just, that could even help kind of clear some of that space, or maybe go for like a travel or something along those lines. Maybe take up, I don't know who this King of Swords is, but hit him up. He wants to hang out, Pisces. But I do feel that there is a need to really kind of check in with that, Pisces, and just pay attention to that if there's any sort of just decluttering that needs to happen here. But let's get some tarot on this. See, we got here Pisces. Oh, the Empress, I love it. She's been going around a little bit. I'm with us. So you have the 7 of Swords and the 10 of Swords in reverse here, Pisces. And then you got one of your cards, oops, Saturn and Pisces, and then the Empress. And with this energy, Pisces, you know, considering the eight of cups is here, Saturn is in your sign. It's gonna be hanging out in your sign for the next 3 years. Currently retrograde. This is a lot of this is whether it's physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever, if we have some things that we need to let go that is no longer kind of filling up our cups, it's just become just kind of this, it's just taking up space, Pisces, then I feel like that there's this need to walk away from that and figure out what we can fill, what new things that we can learn and kind of fill in this new space now that things are gone. You know, maybe we're, because that, it really can really kind of stagnate the energy, you know, when we're kind of caught in this space. And it might even prevent us too from recovering even faster, you know, like from like just like the day-to-day stuff, or even just like maybe even some deeper things here, Pisces. But it does, but I do feel that when we do start working on towards this stuff here, Pisces, putting in that energy, you know, really tapping into that Empress, because the Empress, where yes, she's abundant, and you know, she rules over Taurus and Libra, so you know she's all about her finances and beauty and justice and things. But for me, she's also about like self care, you know, and taking care of your space, you know, making sure that everything is feeling great both externally and internally. And I know, and listen, Pisces, I'm not saying that when we're talking about our space, you know, this doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be, you know, I get a place being lived in, Pisces, but it's a whole other thing. It's just like, will we invite someone over here? And if no, again, judgment free zone, but maybe we can get the energies moving again, because that's sometimes too, and that's something too, Pisces. I feel like, you know, kind of pay attention to your environment and how that, like, that may even affect you. This could be even your space you're living in, but even just like your where you're living, you know, if you find that, yeah, I don't know, if you find that something is just like a lot to bear or something, I feel like don't be afraid maybe for some to just like kind of start fresh, even like you maybe even like doing like a, maybe even a move, Pisces, or something along those lines. That's interesting. But all right, Pisces, let's get your last oracle. Thank you. All right, Pisces, the last card here. Alrighty, you got the sixth card of Leos here, which is the curtain call card. I don't get this one that often. And with this card, this is a card of acclaim, fame, recognition, parade, celebrity, admiration, applause, show, appreciation, spotlight, focused attention, theater, act, performance. You're watching a movie. And the energy that's coming through here, Pisces, is the focused attention. And I almost feel like that it's thinking about where we are. I do kind of feel it's like where we are focusing our intention right now, as far as like our attention right now, as far as like, are there things that we're avoiding right now? Have we been feeling this level of maybe this aggression, or maybe it's like just more so kind of like pent up stuff or something along those lines, Pisces? And if we have been, you know, because with the Seven of Swords kind of being in reverse here, I do feel like that there's this honesty that maybe for some that's needing to be established here. You know, just if we have been kind of avoiding something or been kind of keeping things bottled up, possibly something along those lines, giving it that stage to heal from, with the Ten of Swords being in reverse. And again, maybe applying some Empress energy, doing some self-care, doing some you know, whatever this is. But you know, I do feel we want to be, you know, real kind of mindful about, you know, keeping that stuff kind of bottled up there, Pisces. Because if we're not dealing with this stuff, or not feeling this thing, especially being a water sign, if we're not feeling this stuff, then when we can't heal it, then we can't understand it. You know, then it just is just gonna keep in that cycle. You know, but I do kind of feel like for some others too, just thinking with this, since you got the Eight of Cups here, you know, Saturn popped up in your sign. I do feel like there is that focus to it, just like if there's any sort of like things that we need to that's just like that. And then like I just feel like that affect our energy, as far as like letting things go, whether this be vices, because Three of Cups, could be a card of celebration there, Pisces, or maybe we're escaping in romance, or whatever that's looking like. But yeah, just something to be mindful there. But let's get some tarot on this. All right, Pisces. Yeah, let's see what we got here. And Pisces, last little bit here. Interesting. So you have the Two of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups in reverse, and then you have the Page of Swords and the Magician upright here, Pisces. And let's switch back over. Because for the Knight of Cups being here, sometimes the Knight of Cups can be, and just consider we're talking about that kind of bottled up energy. This is, for me, this is one of Scorpio's cards, and I feel that there there's something that is that he can be like my card of suffering and silence, and if we've been again just kind of keeping things bottled up, maybe been keeping our thoughts or something and things along those lines, that is going to start messing with your energy, Pisces, as far as like how that flow happens here, because you see all these infinity signs here on these you got one on the Magician here, you got another one going on this Two of Pentacles. If it messes with the flow, Pisces, it really kind of disrupts that connection. So I feel like it's paying attention to that one, but I am kind of getting to just kind of considering too with the Knight of Cups here. There's just like if we've been, I don't know, little love vibes kind of coming through here, Pisces, and if we've been, I don't know, like afraid of again like putting ourselves out there or something along those lines. I feel that there is, because maybe we're the types. It's just like because I get it, Pisces being water energy. We can get in that emotion sometimes, and things get exciting. Kind of fall kind of deep. Can really get this sort of like kind of real kind of fanciful kind of like and not that it's serious, but it's just like you meet this great person, and then it's just like, oh, okay, I see you, we'll be moved in a little bit, and then we'll be married and be all lovely, it'll be fantastic. So I feel like that there's maybe a need for some like to keep that, not lose that hopeless romantic, but maybe not putting like the heart on our sleeves, kind of keeping things maybe a little divulge as the other person divulges, instead of just like maybe, because I feel like that this imbalance with the Two of Pentacles could also be like, it's like maybe we tend to give a little bit more in a situation than we might get, and maybe that could be something that something that we might be healing from there, Pisces. But kind of one more thing, Pisces. If we've been wanting to, it feels like either some kind of idea, just considering this card is kind of like a card of fame, recognition, things along those lines, and if we've been wanting to, I don't know, put ourselves out there in some sort of way, whether this be maybe we're creating something, maybe we're doing some stuff on some YouTube, or maybe we're getting, I don't know, Pisces, maybe getting in the theater. I don't see why not. But whatever this is, Pisces, I feel like don't think that that you can't pursue these ideas, or that we can't follow these passions or something along those lines. Because I mean, with all this wand energy and magician stuff here, we're in a heightened state of manifestation. So just something a little bit extra to think about there, Pisces. But I think I'm going to leave that there. So if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Pisces. If you know someone who's been maybe feeling a little aggressive, or maybe just been wanting to get the energies moving. We've been kind of covered. We kind of ranged the gamut here, Pisces. Kind of went a little touch on a little bit of everything there. So just have some general things going on. I'd share that with them, and then have all you. I love that the Empress popped through here. And little sidebar, Pisces, the Empress is exalted in your sign, Venus. So that's a lovely little placement there. But and then all you Empresses, subscribe, hit that bell button to get notified on all these videos each week. And then I'm on this meditation app, Insight Timer. And I started a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And it's just a group that posts like positive affirmations, encouraging messages, things along those lines. And then as it grows, I'm going to start posting like different healing musics and like guided meditations. It's going to be so zen. Pisces do some like self-care with the Empress, manifesting with the Magician, realizing, well, that's kind of like manifesting with the Magician. I got to talk with the world about what we're doing, but definitely check that out, Pisces. And then lastly, check your, if you got any, oh, because you got one little Cancer's card here, but if you got any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to my other channel, The Chariot Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss the lunar shenanigans. Always talk about how you're the moon, and it's always so funny. I always give you flack over there. It's a good old time. Now that housekeeping, down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Pisces. So you got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse here, Pisces. And I almost feel like for some, like when I was talking about like whatever, I feel like since you got Ace of Wands and Ace of Pentacles in reverse, it's really, I feel like this, you are in a really kind of abundant state, Pisces. And if we don't feel it, then it's going out there and manifesting stuff. I feel like there's like, it's I don't know, and it's like taking this energy and getting it grounded. You know, the aces are like the seeds for me, and it's just like you plant these seeds, and just like you got to nurture them too to see what we can cook up here. But I mean, Empress, Magician, that's very abundant here, and it's just like all we're missing is just like this fuel. You know, that kerosene that we need to throw in there, Pisces. And let me get your oracle card here. Alright, Pisces, thank you. So you have the shapeshift in reverse here as well, and I feel that this is an energy probably going to need to be, because maybe we've been in this kind of rigid sort of state, you know, maybe we've been, and there's nothing wrong with playing things safe, Pisces, but I feel like there's a need to be a little more bold, a little more assertive, just so like maybe, it's not necessarily putting on a mask, but it's just like, it's, you know what you look like when you're in your confident state, you know, when you really bring it. So I feel like it's just like, how do we almost like, it is almost like we're kind of getting into this acting here, Pisces, where it's just like, how do we tap into that energy? Like there's like just like releasing a different side of you, Pisces. Very, very fascinating. I kind of like that there, but I don't know, I hope that makes sense. But I do feel like you're in a time of adaptability, and luckily you're the mutable water sign, so that should be pretty easy for you, Pisces. But, I also kind of feel with that shapeshift as well, just considering we were talking about that, maybe those energies with the aggressions and things, is just being mindful of how to not change necessarily to others. There's one thing to be kind of adapt to the energies, but it's a whole other one we're just like completely, I don't know, it's like we change into a different person to like accommodate something. Very interesting energy there too, Pisces. Just something to just be mindful of there too. But I think I'm gonna leave that there. So you stay safe out there. Now this heat, this fuel, Queen of Wands coming out there. That was a bold statement there, Pisces. So you go out there, maybe be mindful, but you know, I feel like, you know, go and put yourself out there, Pisces. I love it. You raise your vibration through the roof. Yeah, do some, I don't know, do something fun. Maybe go out to the theater, Pisces. This could be just going out and get there fun, you know, again, maybe because even the baggage cards even give me kind of like hermit energy, where it's like, you know, maybe we've been kind of cooped up, and let's get out there, Pisces. And I will catch you on the next one. Later. Oh, those are just switch back over there, Pisces.